Hello, everyone. You're watching Political, Uncensored News and Debate. Today, we've got two issues that we're going to be looking at. First of all, we have an update on the election fraud for you. We're going to be looking at how the fake mainstream media is misleading people over William Barr and the DOJ's comments yesterday. And then after that, we have very good news indeed for Trump fans, as he appears to have announced that should Joe Biden be installed as president, then Donald Trump will be back for a run at the presidency in 2024. Pretty good to have a smile on your face. We're going to be looking at that. And as always, we're going to be delivering to you great conservative debate. If that does interest you, please remember to subscribe and like and join our community. So, Yayan, let's jump straight into it. And let's begin with Bill Barr. Tell us what is going on.
Yeah, we have this from our friends over at Newsmax. And as many of you possibly saw over the last day or so, there's been quite a number of reports from the lamestream media, as you call it, kind of, saying that essentially the DOJ has done an investigation and they've concluded their investigation into the election. That's far from the case. As Bill Barr said, take a look at the article and just go through this. So the Justice Department is reiterating it has not concluded its investigation of possible election fraud and is vowing to pursue all specific and credible allegations of ballot fraud stemming from the presidential contest. A statement from a DOJ spokesperson came after the Associated Press interviewed Bill Barr about the status of the probe. CBS News correspondent Catherine Herridge posted the DOJ statement on her Twitter account. The DOJ spokesperson did not deny the AP report, but was at odds with how some media outlets represented it. Some media outlets have incorrectly reported that the department has concluded its investigation of election fraud and announced an affirmative finding of no fraud in the election. This is not what the AP reported, nor what the Attorney General stated. The department will continue to receive and vigorously pursue all specific and credible allegations of fraud as expeditiously as possible. President Trump linked to the statement on Twitter and added, "The fake news refused to report this." And they often do fail to report things, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a mainstream media fail yet again. I mean, where is it in the mainstream media? I mean, just before the stream started, I mean, I didn't know this was happening, okay? I was doing other things. You had to come to me and tell me this is happening. And I'm a politics nerd. I check news websites pretty much all day. It's nowhere in the mainstream media. And it's very sad, isn't it? You know, why isn't Twitter tagging all those little posts about William Barr's comments yesterday as misinformation then? Because it's come out and it's very clear the investigation hasn't concluded. And that's right. Of course, they must continue to investigate all credible threats to the election. They're doing their job and they're going to continue to do their job. Wonderful. But why isn't the mainstream media reporting on it? Well, it seems like I said this 1,000 times, but it just seems like they have a Joe Biden presidency firmly in their sights and they want to move on with the road. And I think that's wrong. I think they're misleading Americans. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, well, it just seems that they're so quick to jump the gun all the time. Every opportunity they can possibly get to, you know, basically put negative coverage on the whole election fraud situation and, you know, the various cases that are going through. You know, they consistently lie about the cases and they'll go, you know, Trump's team, I don't know if you guys know this, but Trump's team's only actually done, I think, like 4 or 5 lawsuits or something like that. So what happens is there are lots of other people who are just, you know, putting forward their own cases. Many of them get thrown out because, you know, they're very, very like little niche things on specific things that they probably have no real expectation of winning anyway. Many of them get thrown out. And so the media reports on it like, oh, Trump has lost, you know, like the vast majority of his cases. And actually really like the cases that he wants to put forward haven't really even begun or even started to come to a conclusion yet. So, you know, and it might be the case that he loses them, but it's not happened yet. So why doesn't the media just let the situation, the investigation, play out as it should, and then if and when there is news to report on, just report upon it? Why do they want to keep jumping the gun? Like you said, it shows that they're not interested in reporting the news. They just want to continue to hammer home this point. Yeah, Joe Biden, he's been elected, he's president-elect, and there's absolutely definitely no possible way that anyone could ever take that away from him. That's not true. It could all change, as we know, and they just need to be honest, really.
Yeah, but I think honesty is a quality that eludes them. However, as always, we like to kind of cover the news, don't we? And we dig through lots of different articles to find you the kind of best bits, the best conservative bits. And we have another article here. So, I mean, we try to balance things out. We try to come up with like a story that's irritating and a story that makes you happy. And this is certainly a happy one. We've got the AP news article here. Washington AP. President Donald Trump teased running again for president in 2024 as he hosted a holiday reception at the White House on Tuesday evening. It's been an amazing 4 years, Trump told the crowd, very true, which included many Republican National Committee members. We're trying to do another 4 years, otherwise I'll see you in 4 years. The video of Trump's appearance was streamed live on Facebook by one attendee. The National Committee woman for the Oklahoma GOP showed dozens of people crammed into the cross hall of the White House state floor, standing closely. Many seen in the video were not wearing masks. Blah, 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 blah. Fake shit. Mainstream news. Nonsense there. So make sure to keep your MAGA hats at the ready. Yayan, would you be happy with Trump running in 2024? Will he make America great again? Again.
Yeah, of course I would be. It seems, I have to admit, like, just in the way that the terminology is that he obviously thinks there's a, reasonably good chance that he's not, I am repeating myself, and I said this multiple times, but, when we look at this election, there are voting irregularities, there are lots of statistical anomalies, there are hundreds of sworn affidavits, written testimony of people who were there counting or wherever in some of these counties all over swing states who saw voter fraud. Is it widespread enough that it could have changed the election? Very possible. Will they be able to improve it and back it up with empirical evidence as well? Possibly. I don't know. I'm not sure what they have. We have to wait to see what happens. But if it is the case that he does not win, yes, we have to obviously we have to get to the point where we change our focus and go, okay, well, we need to think about in the midterms and then in 4 years' time. Obviously, before then, we have the Georgia election. I already seen a number of Republicans kind of almost writing eulogies for Trump. Oh, he did this and it was great and it was amazing, because they're positioning themselves to, make a run in 2024 as well. If in 4 years' time Trump thinks, obviously he is old, he's not as old as Joe Biden, but he will be as old as Joe Biden is now in 4 years' time. But if he still thinks, he's in good health, which I think he's a very, very healthy 74-year-old. So if he thinks he's doing good in 4 years' time and he wants to run, then absolutely, I would support him again, 100%. Because they're just, people like Donald Trump only come along once in a generation. And it would be a real shame not to get our full 8 years out of him.
Yeah, definitely. To have we're kind of obliged to have a two-term Donald Trump presidency, as you say. It's just great news, isn't it? Because we have to remember that Donald Trump would have won with a landslide if it wasn't for COVID. All this nonsense about the election fraud and everything, it wouldn't even be an issue, because had COVID not happened, Donald Trump would have won a Reagan-level landslide. Even the fake polls were saying that, okay? What he's done, he's revolutionized the Republican Party, because he's thrown out all those old special interests and all the old conservatives that didn't really come into contact with the people. And he's introduced a new generation of politicians. And what they can do is they can reach out to people, and they've built a huge global conservative movement like never before. And he's proved that can win and that can work. And you just have to look at the record levels of support with minorities, don't you? He can reach across party lines like no one else. He is attacking the Democrats where they thought they were safest. Even if it wasn't Trump, the only logical successor for him would be someone like Trump, okay? Because he started the snowball rolling in a sense, but you can't stop it. If he, like you say, if he's still healthy in 4 years' time and he still feels good, it makes perfect sense for him to run again. And it's going to be very exciting. And after 4 years of, I mean, assuming Joe Biden becomes president, it's going to be 4 years of economic mismanagement. It's going to be 4 years of progressive madness. It's going to be 4 years of American suffering. And what they will need is Donald Trump to come and build, yet again, the greatest economy the world has ever seen. I kind of feel like a Trump spokesperson at the moment.
Hopefully,
a lot of talking points.
If that campaign does happen in 2024, hopefully we'll be working there on it. You know, turning up to the the campaign events and reporting on it. That would be amazing.
Yes, so Katie McEnany, if you're listening to us, you know, get in contact with us. And thanks so much. I think we'll leave it there for this week, won't we? Thanks very much for listening, guys. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Please do leave a like. Tell us what you think down in the comment section below, and share the video if you can. And a quick reminder, on Sunday, the live stream is going to be taking place. We're going to leave the details in the description down below. Thanks, guys. Until next time.